Greetings, citizen. OGB here. And today, I want to talk to you for a little bit about Classic Plus. But before I do, if Classic Plus is something that you want, next time you log in, open up the menu, go to Support, and go to the Submit Feedback button. Click Submit a Suggestion, and then scroll down and tell Blizzard that you want Classic Plus, and be specific, because if it's not already in the works and nobody asks for it, it's not going to happen. The reason I came back to play this game again was for vanilla, and I kept going into the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King Classic because of the promise of a more functional class for a lot of players, and of course the rest of the community moving forward. To be honest though, at this point, the thought of going into Cataclysm Classic is just a bridge too far. The truth is, I'm ready for vanilla again. I think a lot of people are ready for vanilla again, and the reason I think that has to do with my experience playing this game from vanilla all the way till now in Wrath of the Lich King. I've raided in dad guilds, I've raided in hardcore parsing guilds, I've raided in speed clearing guilds, I've PvP'd, I've pretty much engaged with almost every facet of this community that exists. In every one of those groups, people are open to the idea of Classic Plus, and they'll hint that they want it, but the thing is, they don't seem to trust that Blizzard can deliver what they want. So the question is, can we trust Blizzard with Classic Plus? And the answer is, well, it's complicated. But I think I can answer the question by telling a story. And to tell that story, we have to go back in time to Phase 1 of Wrath Classic. I'm playing a level 80 Ret Paladin, and I've managed to get my full BIS set pretty early on. I'm ready to blast. Even though I was well aware going in that Ret was not going to be a strong DPS, it would be brought solely for its utility, and I didn't have expectations of topping the meters at all. But I was not ready for the reality of the situation and how bad it really was. Let me show you what I mean. Here's a patchwork kill from Phase 1. As you can see, I did pretty well here. Got a 99 on the fight. And at the time, this was actually a rank 6 in the world parse for Ret Paladins. However, I'm still down here at number 15 on the meter. So this prompted me to look at some other things. I thought, well, surely we can't be that bad on cleave. We do a lot of damage on cleave, right? Let's go look at some logs of bosses that have some cleave, and let's see how the Rets are doing. And that's when I saw it. The number 1 paladin, the best Ret paladin in the world, is doing sub-tank levels of DPS in the most optimal situation for his damage. There was no more denying it. Ret Paladin was trash. So after I finished crying in the sewer, I did what any self-respecting World of Warcraft player would do. I went to go cry on the forums instead. And my forum post actually ended up getting quite a few replies. It was over 400 replies after a couple days, and one of them was even a blue post. However, to make a long story short here, basically they said no. We ain't buffing Ret. Basically, Blizzard had managed to come off so tone-deaf in their response that it actually riled up the entire Paladin Discord community and really got people talking. People were so upset. I actually even pinged Agrand in the Discords and asked him to explain himself, which didn't get me anywhere, but it did, I think, start some conversations between him and the other guys in the Paladin Discord and some of the other devs even, and it got our voices heard. Fast forward to a couple months later, I had pretty much given up all hope of getting a buff, and other paladins in the Discord had gone down the route of just trying to maximize utility to keep their raid spots safe. And then one morning, there was a new blue post. Retribution Paladin buffs coming soon for Wrath Classic. I couldn't believe it. We got through to the devs, and they were implementing a fix that came from the discussions in the Paladin Discords. It was proof that they were listening and that they could make good changes based on player feedback. And to me, this was kind of the beginning of a long list of changes that have been done in Wrath that have all been pretty much awesome. And I know at least one other person who shares that opinion.
Well, I mean, if you want me to be honest, I think that besides the WoW token was a very bad decision. But I'm going to say it. I think that every decision that they made with Wrath of the Lich King was a good decision. I think Blizzard had unironically made S-tier decisions with Wrath of the Lich King.
So while we might not be able to trust Blizzard to deliver us the perfect version of Classic Plus, I think that they have demonstrated that we can trust them to listen to us and to make changes if necessary to help us enjoy the game that we want to play. It's time for Classic Plus. And what does that mean? What exactly is Classic Plus? Well, I'll tell you right now. This is my list of demands. Number 1, it's got to be a fresh server with progression. I want to see raids released one after another, not all at once. Number 2, there have to be some attempts at faction balance. I want to see the ability to make a dwarf shaman. I want to see the ability to make a undead paladin. And there also needs to be a quest for the Alliance that is the equivalent of the Horde Warchief buff quest, where you turn in the head of Rend Blackhand and get the Warchief's blessing. And number 3, there have to be some balance adjustments for the different specs. I want to see a Ret Paladin, a Balanced Druid, a Shadow Priest, an Elemental Shaman, and I want to see them not completely out of mana after 15 seconds of combat, and doing maybe a little bit more damage too. And I want to see Prot Paladins that have the ability to taunt. I want to see some item changes. I don't want to see Holy Paladins wearing a blue cloth dress through the entire game, 6 phases, because that's their bis, when they're supposed to be a plate-wearing class. I would like to see the tier sets actually get fixed and have useful stat distribution for at least one of the specs for each class. I don't think that's too much to ask. And I think almost all of this can be done on a Season of Mastery server. One where maybe after a couple of phases you announce the expansion content for the Scarlet Raid or the Karazhan Crypts, whatever it may be. Introduce that new content, but make it available alongside the AQ40 release, because that's the phase when people tend to kind of drop off from Classic. People really do not like AQ40, and so having an alternative raid that is Classic Plus content would be huge for player retention. Yeah, I think that's just about it. That's about all I've got. So if you made it this far, thanks for listening to my rant, and let me know in the comments what changes you would want on a Classic WoW project. Or if you don't want it, you can let me know that too. Take it easy.